On this episode of Lift Dark Builds, I restored an old factory cart.
Whoa!
With a glass top. Hello everyone. Are you ready for some woodworking here at the metal shop? I'm sitting on an old factory cart, and you probably, as much of a renaissance as vintage antiques have had over the past 15 years, you've probably seen these on Pinterest or Etsy or whatever. People turn them into coffee tables or desks, whatever. In fact, that's exactly what's gonna happen with this one. A lovely client of mine rang me up and asked me if this is something that I could help her restore to a degree and put a new top on. And I said, you know, I have specifically chosen to pursue only metalwork now, and this has no metalwork in it. But she's been a great client and a lovely woman, and I'm like, you know what? I used to do woodwork all the time at Black Dog. Let's give it a whirl. So we're gonna rip the deck boards off of this thing. They are rotten and gross. And we're gonna restore everything else. I'm gonna wire brush all the oak frame boards and then pull all the metal off and clean up all the metal elements as much as I can. And then we'll put everything back together. We'll make it to where the swivel wheels on the ends stick down a little further so that it doesn't do this as much. And then whenever she figures out what she wants on the top, we'll make necessary brackets for that, or whether it's a metal top or whatever. So a little bit of an unconventional one here for you today, but I figured it was something we don't always do here, so I'll bring you guys along. Fun little restoration video. Shout out to Arc3 and Shop Saber for sponsoring the channel. Let's get into it. Yeah, so these oak boards underneath look like they're in much better shape. If you're unfamiliar with these factory carts, these were used back in the day at factories as a heavy-duty mode of transportation for stuff. When I was back at Black Dog, we would run into these all the time in old furniture factories or textile mills or cotton mills or whatever. They were the primary vehicle for moving stuff around giant warehouses. They got two big wheels in the middle and swivel wheels on either end, and so they pivot right in the middle of the cart. Kind of cool. And what the people choose ain't really up to you. Actions always fine.
My Annie, you're gonna be out.
Well, those didn't put up much of a fight.
You were ready.
No. I've tell you how many coffee tables I've made out of these things at Black Dog. Oh, we did glass tops, we did wood tops, we did. I think we did any metal tops.
I think glass would look cool.
Glass is dope because then when you clean the hardware up, you can look at the wheels and stuff all the time.
How do you get it to sit level? Just felt pads and shit?
Well, we have welded these solid before. But I think what I told Kay, because she wants them to hit it still. Instead of allowing them to go up like that, I'm just gonna fill that with a washer. Same over there. Yeah. To try to keep the caster down as far. Or you could just get a nice wood block or something and put it under the wheel.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all right. All right, so I'm gonna take the hardware off of this thing so I can clean up everything. Croil. I'm gonna soak my nuts. You can't say that on television. So top tip, viewers, you have to remove some square nuts faster. Get a 12-point socket. 12 can be divided by 4. So you get one that goes around the square nut, fits inside the socket. Now you know. or you already knew, and in which case, ignore me. See, this is what's, this is why public education doesn't work. All right, we got a cup of rusty hardware. Those wheels are off. I'm gonna take the big wheels off now. All right, so here's what we got for the base. These are basically oak 2x6s. Pretty good shape still. So we got a good skeleton to work with. I'm gonna start by seeing how much of this I can clean up with a wire wheel. I'm gonna use this SCT surface conditioning tool from Eastwood. Put this thing through the wringer and it's been good. The wires separated inside the sheath the other day, so I had to cut some wire off, but other than that, works good. I got this wire drum on it, so I think this guy will get a lot of that dirt and discoloration off, hopefully help make the wood look a little more uniform and a little cleaner. And then I'll either clean these metal brackets in place or take them off. I'm gonna try to clean them in place first so I don't have to, because I think that's what's holding the frame together. So I'd like not to take those completely off. We'll see. Let's clean this thing up and see how it turns out. And then we'll turn our attention back to the metal hardware. All right, so first pass, did a lot. Definitely got all the dirt off of it. Definitely changed the color of the wood. You know, it brought some of that wood color back. It was all grayed out. Kept enough of that, you know, you don't want to just make it look brand new, but you want it to look clean. You want to be able to see some grain. And I think this color is more appealing than the gray. Of course, everybody has their own opinion on that. The metal's gonna take a little more to clean up. I'm probably gonna get a little more aggressive with it. Maybe sit down with my die grinder and a stripping wheel to try to strip some of that rust off. Not all of it, but you know, just kind of work it some, bring it back to life some more. The brass wire wheel just isn't doing much to the rust. In any case, moving right along. I think the next step will probably be to hit this with just a DA sander, sand it all up, and then we'll be clear coating this. Sorry, I was zoomed in. We'll clear coat everything, but get it all to look the way we want first. But it's coming out nice. Very simple. Back on the factory cart coffee table here. Spoke with the client. We're gonna do a glass top, which I think is gonna look really nice. So I ordered a 3/8 glass piece from Roanoke Glass this morning. 58 something by 26 something, perfect size to sit on top of this thing. And so now I just gotta make some brackets to hold the glass in place. So what I'm gonna do is at every corner where there's one of these metal brackets, just gonna have angle that comes up high enough to get to this surface and then a little bit above, you know, the thickness of the glass, just to wrangle that glass top in place. So that's all we really gotta do on this. Weld it up, grind it smooth, and then clear coat it. And then it's done. I got a 2-week lead time for the glass, so I got plenty of time to do this, but I'd like to get it done and stored somewhere so it's out of the way. About that piece of angle there, let's see. That'll do it. We gotta get 5/8 plus 3/8 is 8/8. 1 inch, everybody. If you're playing along at home, 5 plus 3. That'll do nice. See if they're all the same. 5/8, about 5/8, 5/8, about 3/4. So yeah, it's got some 1 inch pieces. So everything's welded on. Just gonna clean up some of this metal, wire brush and make it match the rest of it. And then we can clear coat it whenever we want. So I'll do that this week.
Field trip.
Gotta go get some glass.
You really think it'll fit? Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I think so. Let me put a bunch of blankets in there so it's not like floating. Everybody at the shop here makes fun of me for using my X5 in the way that I do, but I love beating the hell out of this thing. This is a diesel truck, dude. Like, I let all the diesel fumes just like.
Oh yeah, wow.
Here you go.
Yeah.
That'll just be on there forever. We are going to Roanoke Glass Company. They're technically on the same street, but the street's split in half, so I gotta drive all the way around. We're gonna go pick up the glass for the factory cart coffee table. It came in a week earlier than they said it was gonna come in. And I'm using my work truck here, the X5.
It even sounds like a truck.
I know, well, I straight piped it all and deleted it, so now it sounds like a Power Stroke.
It really does.
It'll roll coal too, it'll shoot
Holy
smoke out the back. Highly recommend an E70 X5 diesel, they're kind of cool. I like annoying all the German car enthusiasts. They're like, what are you doing? You're getting in there with work boots on.
dirty American.
You know, and it's a tan interior, so it's just gonna get gross. So this will be good. I can get this out of the shop relatively soon. A little tour of Roanoke. This is Salem Avenue.
You've had 5 or 6 projects kind of all juggling at the same time.
Yeah, and actually they've all been getting done. When people visit Roanoke and they say that it's confusing to get around, I completely agree.
Yep.
Like, none of these roads make any sense.
At least not downtown.
Roanoke. glass, like no one would ever know this is in here. It's like
No.
in between, like this is Roar Avenue.
Yeah, we're straight.
If you could drive that way, you come right to our.
You feel like off-roading?
I do actually. This thing was great off-road.
This is why we need one of those UTVs.
Yes, dude.
Just to pick up glass.
Yes.
Drive straight across.
Dude, what I want is that little truck that Evan has, the little
Yeah.
Suzuki thing, but I don't fit in them. My legs are too damn long. Shocker, I know. Hello.
You said you're right out front?
Yeah, the white
Okay.
SUV out here.
Alright, we're right with you.
All right.
Look at that shirt, by the way.
Look at this, huh?
Looking fresh.
All of a sudden, people are hitting me up saying, we want tall sizes. We want tall sizes. I'm like, well, you didn't answer the poll I put out on.
We put up a poll.
Yeah, we put up a parking lot.
Uh-huh.
By the way, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That'll be on there forever,
Yep.
probably. I don't watch this thing. Clean off. There's a frisbee.
See if I can do it one-handed.
It's like I'm playing.
We are.
Waiting for the glass.
You-
wanna play?
Okay.
Here you go.
Oh,
I can take it right there.
I am. You want to look at it? Check it out. It's got a screen. You can press this button to start the filming and stop the filming. You want to stop it?
No.
No, you
Got
don't?
the glass.
All right, we got our new cameraman.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
great.
There you go. Film him.
The
We'll let him.
shot's shaky. It's
No, he's more steady than I am.
nice. I'm not sure if that's a good thing.
No. Well, he hasn't started drinking coffee yet. So
That's right. That's right.
nice shot. Good job. You want to be a cameraman in the future? You'd be good at it.
Yeah, don't do it. The pay's terrible.
Yeah.
Window. Where's your window?
Unfortunately, we got to go back to work. I'm sorry, buddy.
you, guys.
Yeah,
Good
thank
job
you for the
today.
help, though, and great job.
What happened to your window?
Oh, that's a fun sidebar.
There we go. Not sure if I should ethically include children whose parents haven't consented to them being on film,
Yeah, good point.
but
We should, though.
I'll blur faces if necessary. Do like a voice changer on a child.
Hello, I'm a child.
What happened to your windows?
I didn't know what she was talking about.
I think your windows were rolled down. So she's like, "There's no windows. What
Yeah.
the?" F-?
Made him go away. Dude, watch, I'll make it come back. Whoa!
Whoa.
Well, I like driving old luxury cars because you get a lot of car for your money, but you also see like this thing in 2011 was like the hot stuff.
Like having a longitude and latitude.
Yeah.
read.
And like this super antiquated, like, I mean, yeah, you navigate with all that. Like,
That's
you know,
my
all
dad's
the,
is the same,
All the
yeah.
like built-in navigation stuff.
Yeah,
It's
whoa.
terrible. Dude, this navigation system got me lost on the way to Richmond.
Well, yeah, because some of the roads probably don't even exist anymore.
Right. You have to update it by putting a flash drive
yep.
in here and like.
Same with my car. Came out in 2015, and you update the satellite with a CD drive.
Yeah. I know this is a bad time to double check, but let's see if it fits.
Yeah, you know.
Girls, come out here, join me. We got stuff. Like, I don't know why I woke up for this. Oh, big stretch. If you don't yell big stretch at your dog when I do that, then you're not a dog lover.
Yeah.
It's in the contract.
I know. Getting these projects out of here is what.
So the customer actually asked me to sand all this wood, but she wants to bring some color back out of it. But in any case, so last thing you saw me do was put these angles on here, which was for the express purpose of holding the glass. So let's see how we did. Right, man?
May.
3/8 tempered glass top with beveled and polished edges. Look at that, huh?
Wow.
Nice.
That is nice.
This would explode if I dropped it right now.
Yeah, let's not consider the possibility. Well, from an uninformed eyeball, it looks about right.
I measured twice and hopefully they cut once. Uninformed eyeball. Dude, your eyeballs are really uninformed.
Yeah, man.
I don't
Yeah, this is. Yeah, it being on wheels is like kind of fucky. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I don't like the sounds it's making. Oh,
the corners are sharp. So I'll just
close.
have to take a die grinder and carve out the corners a little bit.
It's so close.
Yeah.
Like literally less than a millimeter.
I wonder how close they got. Come on. Wait, what did I say?
59 and a half by 28 and a quarter.
Yeah, dude, this is 59 and 5/8.
What?
No wonder it doesn't fit. And they got that one. I'm doing some black dog stuff here, man.
Say you're channeling the dog here, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a good customer. I told her, I was like, I don't really do this kind of thing, but I'll do it for you.
Extend these out a little bit, or is it still?
Yeah, I welded, and careful, the glass is sitting on the corner. I'm about to take it off.
Is it tempered?
It is. It's a 16th big in one dimension, and the rounded corners of that angle is messing me up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I didn't account for that. So I just gotta get a die grinder in there and carve it out.
You can carve this out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can't do that.
Like you could sand the corners a little bit, but
Not.
not on tempered, it'll shatter. Yeah.
Don't even touch it. You touch that side with a hammer or something.
Yeah, right.
Hey, everybody. Mike Whiteside here.
Mobile. He's on the move.
Yeah.
Always on.
Yep.
Always on.
I'm not even sporting my own colors right now.
That's another.
That's another salvage company.
company.
Eco Relics down in Jacksonville. If you get a chance, go see it.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, I get a commission from that, by the way. Just kidding.
That's up to them.
Yeah, exactly. This looks good. So these are obviously just slightly
Yeah.
below the top. Yeah, they're hard to find these days. We had a bunch of them, and this is not a lineberry cart though.
Well, right. Yeah. There's no marking on the
This is either a
side.
Jake or some other name. We have a bunch of these, but the lineberry carts have the cast corners, which I got somebody looking for a bunch of them right now. They're getting harder to find. It's good looking.
Yeah. Added a washer under here to put those wheels closer. She wanted it mobile, so I got most of the wall
And
plate.
that's why these don't touch. Did you already talk about that? You can pivot this in its own space because these wheels are just slightly off the ground. And you can see that rock right there.
They were more off the ground. I'd kind of pushed them down
Yeah,
some.
and a lot of people will put a shim under there so it doesn't rock. But
Right. I told her, I was like, we could weld them in place. And she's like, no, we convert the house around a lot, so we want to keep it.
yeah. Well, this is definitely, it's made to be mobile. I mean, obviously. Yeah. All right. Well,
Go
I'm looking-
subscribe to Black Dog Salvage on YouTube.
Oh yeah, watch our podcast.
It's our podcast. I lost all the footage for the video one last week, so.
For the last one we
Last one we
did.
did.
I guess we're gonna be skipping one.
Well, no, it's up. It's audio only, and then the one on YouTube is just a static picture the whole
Oh,
time.
okay. All right. Well, there you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can't do that twice. That's only I only got
No,
one
it's
in me.
lightning in a bottle.
Yeah. All right. One more.
go.
I'm gonna get the dogs and go.
Okay,
All right. Yeah. Sorry I didn't make it last night.
that's okay.
Bye, everybody. Mike Whiteside, Tay Whiteside, saying AMF.
Adios,
Adios,
mother fathers.
Muchachos.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to finish this up real quick. Got it all put back together like this, and I was sending the customer some pictures, and she wanted to know if I could bring some of the color out a little bit, brighten it up. So I said, yeah, I'll sand the wood, do some orbital sanding. So I'm gonna take the hardware back off. We'll do some orbital sanding. We'll clearance for the glass that didn't quite fit last time. I will probably rattle can the metal stuff with Rust-Oleum clear coat while it's off. And then I'll just probably brush on some clear for the wood. So I'll make a run to Lowe's probably tonight, and then finish this up ASAP. Let's get her done. And I want to see that glass drop in there like I know it should, because I measured. But of course my corners are round. But in any case, let me pull the hardware back off here. So I had to add some washers behind here. That's what you just saw me do underneath these bolts to push these corner brackets out some, because I just got a little too exact with my glass measurement. I didn't account for the perfect sharp corner. And despite what some people say on the internet, you really shouldn't grind or sand tempered glass because it risks exploding. So I've tried to work these angles with the die grinder and the sander, but I knew that wasn't gonna be quite enough, and I test fitted again and it proved me right. So hopefully moving all these things out about a 1/16 of an inch or so will get me what I need. So that's almost done. Tomorrow I'm gonna clear coat this with just a brush, and I'm already putting coats of just some Rust-Oleum clear on the hardware. It's cleaned up real nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Even if it's a little rusty, I grew to love what rust looks like when you clear coat it over at Black Dog. So, but there's very little rust left on these. I wire wheeled the whole situation, so almost done. Simple build made not so simple. So my washer trick worked. The corner brackets have been pushed out far enough to allow the glass to drop in. But one thing I'm dealing with now that I suspected might be a problem, but wanted to cross that bridge when I got there, is that this frame is not flat. This corner here is low compared to the other three corners. So I'd like to come up with the simplest solution possible. What I might do is clamp the frame to a flat table, undo all the fasteners, clamp all the pieces down to the table, and then retighten the fasteners, see if I can't wrangle this thing into some flatter arrangement. Because the corners, there's no glue or nails or anything really in the corners. They're held together by these bolts. And the corner brackets. So there's a little slop. So if I crack everything a little loose and clamp it flat to the table, I might be able to get it closer. If not, I will have to get out the belt sander and make it flat on top. Let's do something. So I'm gonna clear that table off there. We'll take this over there, clamp it down, or at least just set it on the table and see how far out of flat we are. Almost there, good Lord. This is why I don't like wood, because it warps and it twists and it's not flat. You guys got dirty yesterday. Okay, so I have a working theory that it might have been the cart that I had it set on that was tweaking this thing, because I can move it around like this a little bit. You know, and setting it on a flat table might make it rest flat. In any case, I am gonna bust all these nuts loose, clamp it down, and then retighten them. I believe I've got a high spot here, which is fairly observable. I might just take that down with a belt sander, and then I guess just touch the tops of all the other ones to make it match, because I don't want to have just this light spot over here. Although I could take some gray paint and try to, you know, blend that back in. I might try that first. Use some old furniture finishing techniques. Well, somehow doing that has shrunk things. What the hell? Man, this is supremely frustrating. I actually hate this. I guess I should have measured square before I tightened everything down, because it doesn't seem like it's square now. So what I did apparently by undoing everything, clamping it to the table, and retightening it is I've shrunken it. So there's two valuable lessons here. One, undersize your glass more than you think you should to give yourself a nice margin. Two, when measuring old factory carts, it's likely that they have become loose over time. And if you go through the practice of tightening everything back up like I have, it's gonna shrink. So I've already added washers behind all these fasteners. So probably what I need to do is either put shims in between the boards or just get it square. I need to take the glass back off and just see just how square it is. Don't like this. Check the squareness of something. 66 and a half, 66 and 3/16. So it's very not square. See if I can put a big clamp corner to corner and make it square. So because I need more length this way, what would push this board out would be putting washers behind this angle. Leaving it bolted here, rigid, putting washers in that gap there to push these end caps out. So if I do that, and then check my square before I clamp it down and bolt everything, that should work. And then I've marked here with tape where the high spot is, so I'll try to knock that down. Hopefully that'll do it. Gotta fix that. Well, with a tap and die set, I saved them because I don't really have time to find new square head hardware. It's a little chewed up, but if you slip past the tip, it goes on now. So we good. Hot whiz, hot whiz. Let's put on some hot whiz. Okay, so I've got washers everywhere that I think I need washers. And now I'm going to tighten everything down with an improved attention paid towards squareness and distance between my corners. So let me measure my glass again. 59 and 5/8. I need 59 and 5/8. Got it there now. Nothing's tight yet. It's close. So what I'm gonna do, tighten the ones I just put washers in, and then I'll push everything apart as much as I can, tighten the other ones down. Making it up as I go. And it does not fit. Dude. How did it get smaller again? This thing shrinks. I'm so tired of moving this fragile piece of glass around.
Does it help to know that your pain is other people's pleasure?
Yeah, it does. Congratulations. Yeah, I never did anything for you. I know this is for a client, but
Yeah.
it'd be funny to see if she watches this. Okay, if you're watching. uneven, but that is certainly within tolerance.
Whew.
Yeah, I broke both my belts on my belt sander, but before I did, there was a hump here that I got out for the most part. Two things, should have ordered it a little smaller, and I should have ordered it with rounded corners. Because you cannot grind or sand on tempered glass, despite what some people on the internet say. Because tempered glass is stressed, which means it's harder to break. When it does break, it breaks in a spectacular fashion. And when you grind the corners, you create a spot where the whole thing can shatter from that spot.
Right.
So a little clear bumper under this corner, and we'll be good to go. So
Glass back off for the 100th time.
try my gray paint here. Dull it out some. Need to add like a brown to it now.
Yeah.
Try this actual wood stain. Making it up as I go. A little less jarring.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of always going to look like that. My hope is that once I clear coat everything, it'll even out the finish a bit. I wonder, I'll just kind of put a little bit of this all around. I kind of like this stain on everything.
Yeah, I know. Looks great.
It makes it a little more browny, orangey instead of this washed out gray
Yeah.
color. Did I mention I hate woodworking?
Yeah, Taya's not a fan.
That's okay. I just so love that with metal you can just take it to the powder coater and get it powder coated, or use a single stage direct to metal paint and just get it painted. Wood you have to layer and base coat or sand and sand and sand and sand and sand and then clear coat. Just want to bring a little more orange out. Might sand it again. Almost a little too dark. You're not really supposed to sand after you stain, but I did. Now we play my favorite game. Does it suck? I think it's gonna be good.
I think so too.
Wire brush the metal one more time. Okay.
Hey, smooth.
So Home Depot only really has one type of polyurethane. It's varathane stuff. So I went with an oil base because I'm not spraying it, I'm brushing it. And then a satin clear because, well, that's the gray. But the satin spray is the same finish that I have in the can. So I brush this on the wood. Wood likes to soak up paint, and specifically polyurethane, because it's soft and porous. So spraying clear on wood is usually really hard because it just takes coat after coat after coat. So I'm hoping I can brush on a nice heavy coat or two and kind of cover more ground with the brush. Plus, I just don't really want to spray. I try to avoid spraying when at all possible here. All in one premium.
Whoa, that's premium.
So premium,
Bro.
dude. some goop at the bottom.
Yep.
Final assembly! Woo! Yeah. So strong, dude.
He's strong.
Dude, so strong. They are not all the same. We are not the same. Smells like polyurethane.
Will this get me high?
Yeah, dude.
Sick.
You want to do some Thane, bro?
Yeah. Bro, I'm Thaned out of my mind.
Once I do Thane, I don't feel pain, bro. I hope the glass still fits, because knowing my luck, somehow I'll do nothing, and then it doesn't fit. Have you guys been having fun so far?
Yeah. I'll speak for them. Yeah.
An episode devoid of product placement.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of product placement, go buy our shirts.
Yeah.
Not these, but the nice, soft header ones.
Uh-huh. They look close to that,
Yeah.
but better material.
Better. Dang, I tell you what, this looks pretty nice.
I'd say so myself.
I sayed it myself because I sayed it.
True.
I could actually use your help here. So I just need you to pull up. Pull, 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 pull. Pull, 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 pull. Pull, 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 pull. Beautiful. Pull, 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 pull. Keep pulling.
I'm pulling.
There we go. I love it.
All right, what's your plan?
I just want to go on the ground. Ow.
Look at that.
Did not know this was happening.
Yay!
Fit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks great.
That's killer.
Yeah, that's rad, dude. That's 2 jobs done today, baby.
Sick.
Nailed it.
One take, Jake.
One take, Jake. Buy some t-shirts. Bye.
Cool. Yeah, I love it. Would work out really beautiful. I think it looks just
Glad you think
awesome.
so. I sanded the wood and brought out some of the
I love it.
more of the tones and, of course the
it's
clear.
still I still like the black and the age. And
So
like-
actually, over here, from like here to here, you can still kind of see it, but there was a big hump here, so I had to sand that flat to get the glass to sit.
Yes.
And then I took gray and like brown paint to try to match it to the rest of
Oh, fantastic. I mean, that's perfect.
it. Good.
I
And the
see
clear,
no
the
difference.
clear darkened everything just a little bit, but
Yeah.
that always happens kind of with
Sure.
clear coat stuff.
And I like it. I think it looks gorgeous.
Cool.
So yeah, maybe the best is to separate the 2 pieces and get them into
I would say
the-
so. I'd hate to have you hit a big bump or something on the ride home. And
Don't even go there.
don't.
Tay, don't even invite the gods. Don't even do it. I love the outside of it.
Okay.
I mean,
Just don't hit the brakes really hard.
Like a glove.
Let's go upside down. White isn't really a word I would use to describe it. Paid receipt if you needed a
Thank you
paper version.
so,
Thank you.
so appreciate
I'm
it.
glad you love it.
I love it. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks. Send me a picture when it's in the house. I'd love to see it.
I will.
Cool.
Au revoir.
Well, how about that? Another satisfied customer. I'd say a remarkably satisfied customer. That feels good. It's kind of the whole point, you know, is that moment right there. Wasn't a particularly extravagant project, but she was super stoked with it, which makes me feel good. It made monetary sense for the shop. We got an episode out of it. It's like 4 birds with 1 stone.
There we go. Just
Please-
wins all around.
Please like, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking with me as we grow and change and do things. And camera's always rolling, so we'll see you next week. Buy some shirts, liftarcstudios.com. Also, we're proudly supported by Arc 3 and Shop Saber. Buy stuff from them, or stuff, you know.